when I was about maybe 17 or 18, everyone around me was sick. All my loved ones, everyone was on medication, in and out of the hospital. And my only blood sister dealt with reproductive illnesses so severe that she had over 10 surgeries and ended up having full hysterectomy, not able to have children, and very saddened by this.
Greetings, my name is Queen Afua. I help people to live a healthy life in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome into the sacred circle, where you will find peace, inspiration, and practical tools for living a happy wellness lifestyle. So come inside and make yourself at home. And outside, how lovely is that?
I'm getting some beautiful sunshine today.
You getting your vitamin D?
I'm getting my vitamin D. How are you, Queen Mother?
Everything is in divine right order. Well, you know, it was the royal procession for you to come in, because you are spiritual royalty. You are holistic royalty, and that's who we are. So I give thanks and praise for you being here with us and giving a charge. Are you going to prepare something for us today? Are you able to give us a dish or verbalize the dish if you're not in the kitchen?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a few different things that people can do to help with stress, trauma, depression, anxiety. I'm not going to be prepping today, not prepared. I'm actually in Oklahoma City in my hometown for my grandmother's 88th birthday.
Oh,
so I flew out to surprise her. And so this has been divine. So I'm surrounded with family right in this moment. And I said, I gotta hop on Black Girls Live.
Thank you.
And so I'm grateful. Thank you for having me, Queen. I'm honored as always to be in your presence as always.
So what brought you into, well, first of all, what's your word? And then what brought you into your healing work that you're doing? You've been working and helping people globally. You're a celebrity chef and you work grassroots, you do it all. So please share with us your background and then what got you into the healing on this level.
Thank you. So for those of you who may not be familiar with my work, about 10 years ago, I became a colon therapist, and I was really inspired to clean my own body up and, in turn, be able to help others to detoxify their bodies as well. I came up in the late 90s studying the works of Queen Afua, studying Eris Latham and Sabi and cousins and all of our great healers. And I really wanted to take all that I learned in studying all my elder healers and bring that into the new millennium and make it really sophisticated, make it classy, and just make it something that people could engage in real time through social media, learning how to make these beautiful foods and have a healthier lifestyle. So I started GoChefAhki.com, and I released 3 books through my website, Electric Non-Hybrid Foods, Guide to Non-Hybrid and Wild Foods, in 2015.
Yeah.
And I released my book from Dr. Sabi's in Honduras. I wanted to get his blessing to release that book because I really used the premise of his philosophy in writing that book. And in preparing for him and working with a lot of phenomenal people, I was able to continue releasing more books. And my latest, Superfoods for the Modern Baby, which really helped me in raising my 4-year-old son. So I'm a first-time mom with a 4-year-old. And yeah, daily I'm doing consultation. I am creating products to help with detoxification and wellness, and just keeping the spirit of wellness alive for Black women dealing with reproductive disorders all over the world. This is my passion, and I'm just honored to keep this movement going.
Well, did you start off on this path totally well and totally together? What person led you to make a shift?
That's a great question. So when I was about maybe 17 or 18, everyone around me was sick. All my loved ones, everyone was on medication, in and out of the hospital. And my only blood sister dealt with reproductive illnesses so severe that she had over 10 surgeries and ended up having full hysterectomy, not able to have children, and very saddened by this. And that affected me.
What, 10 surgeries? What was happening with her?
Yes,
With
ma'am.
fibroid tumors that kept coming back? What? Heavy bleeding?
Yes. In the beginning, there was ovarian cysts
Okay.
that was causing so much pain and heavy bleeding. And then, of course, she, took medications, different things to try to solve the issue. Eventually, it got worse. We just didn't know that diet played such a major part at that time. And there were no changes made there, no suggestions. And eventually, it got bad enough where she started to grow fibroid tumors, and also had endometriosis as well. And so and this is at 24 years old. She's young, right? So this was
at 24.
Yeah, so this was a really severe situation, and it really affected me in that I knew I wanted to have children. I knew that my parents wanted grandchildren, and it was going to have to come through me. So I took it seriously, and I started to clean up my life.
Okay. Well, that it doesn't just start from maybe a few months back or a year. It's in our DNA. So we can actually just trace back to our family, soul food eating. What is your family's basic diet? Because at 24, that means she had some issues from birth and just continued to eat a certain way. As our families do, Well,
it's not talked about so often, which I hope that now we've started to change the paradigm, and that we're talking about our wounds more often. My mother didn't tell me until I was almost 30 years old that she suffered from reproductive disorders as well. So it makes sense that, she passed her habits on down to my sister. My family is from Oklahoma. My family's Choctaw, Black freedmen. We grew up, from everything to, pork chops and hamburgers every day. And what I noticed was my grandmother kept her garden, and we ate a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits because she was surrounded with nature. She kept her garden. My grandfather helped keep that garden. We had over an acre or two of land just for gardening. And so that for me always stayed with me. I knew what real food's supposed to taste like,
All right.
And so my grandmother would serve fresh foods with whatever she cooked, whether it was a roast beef, she would have fresh salads and cucumbers and tomatoes and watermelons. So as my mother grew up and had her children move to the city, of course, that's when she became a working woman and life changed. Yes. So the children were eating, fast food and Hamburger Helper and all that. And my grandmother didn't play that. We didn't eat fast food with grandmother. So things really started to change. I think we had tap water and Pepsi Cola and takeout almost every other day.
Which is it's just how Americans eat. This is the norm. This is how the world is eating. That's why we're so sick.
Yes.
So you were the one. You shifted. You took on your grandmother's tradition.
Yes.
And then you just took it to another level.
Absolutely. And I prepared a feast for her yesterday.
Did you? Wow, amazing. How lovely is that? Yeah. To have your grandmother have that. Well, she has this is the grandmother that had the garden.
88 years old.
That gave her that she has an edge. Her organs are healthier because of her lifestyle from years before. It didn't just happen overnight. That's right. Very powerful.
That's right. Her mind is still strong, and she's fought cancer at least 3 times. And we've got her off medications. She's, drinking lots of herbal teas. Okay. She swears by my herbal teas. So I keep her going.
You're wonderful. Well, being a healer the way you are, what are some of the challenges you're seeing that come to you that are like really consistent, these constant issues that are always happening with the clients that come to you?
Oh man, fertility is huge. You know that. Fertility is definitely number one on that list. Next to, I would say, the hypertension, high blood pressure is a big deal. Diabetes, of course, in our community is huge. But the interesting thing is most folks that I talk to, seem to be more interested in the aesthetic parts of wellness. They want to know, how is your skin like that? How do I lose weight? How do I get that
That's where they
glow?
start.
And I want to lose weight, but I want to keep my curves, you know. You know, I want to go plant-based and keep my booty, you know. So that's a lot of that is a conversation. And then now, of course, it's all about immune system. Everybody's trying to figure out how to boost their
We're
immune
going
system.
deeper now, but they started with the skin and the weight. And now, if you don't go deep, you won't be here. So you had to go, everything is going deep.
That's it.
Queen Esther says it's the planet has to go holistic. That's it. You know, otherwise you won't be able to make it. So wow. And so what are some of the techniques?
Purify or die.
How can they continue to travel with you on your journey that you have to give to them? Tell us, how can we continue? What's your next masterful work coming up?
Oh, thank you. So the next work coming up is a master class. This is for people who are looking to transition into an alkaline diet. You can follow me at gochefahki.com, join the newsletter so that you can stay posted. We're going to release that class in the next 8 days. So I'm really, really excited about that. So you guys will be able to sign up and just cook with me, learn how to make some of these foods. And also we'll be releasing a skincare, a natural health and beauty book for skincare and just overall beauty this year as well.
Wonderful. Well, you are so beautiful inside and out. It's your inner healing work and your outer work and connecting fully with nature. Of course, I'll be with you in the garden. What else is there?
Yes,
Thank you so much for sharing with us today and taking time out. And give grandmother a big hug for all of us from Black Girls Rock and from our sacred circle. Thank you. Love you so much.
Will do. Love, Queen. Peace.
Chef Ahki, you're the one. Love you. Oh, Queen Esther, you made it through on the wings and the stars of the moon cycle.
We are making it. We are making it happen. We are making it happen. You know, it's all about being spontaneous because the universe is moving every second.
Yes.
And Queen, we have to respond. We have to pay attention. We have to be alert. We have to be grateful, and we have to pay attention and respond. Yes.
Yes.
So how are you doing today, beloved?
Oh, I feel marvelous, magnificent. I've been juicing and drinking. I was saving my watermelon juice and ginger juice to drink while you entertain us with the universal law of nature.
Yes, beloved. Today, this is Queen Esther, and today, you know, we're tapping. Everything is all about connection and one universe, one people, one breath, one Most High, and the interconnectedness of everything. You know, the GPS reading, the galactic forecast is really about getting into. We know about astrology, we've heard about numerology, but many people have just not heard about GPS, which is actually your galactic purpose signature. And it's another way to weave us into nature. You know, we tend to think that we're disconnected, and this is part of the problem. Everything in the universe has a rhythm, just like the seasons have a rhythm.
Yes.
You know, you have a summertime, you have the fall, you have the winter and the spring. This is a rhythm. You know, when we go to a party, we're all dancing, we all have our different swags, but we're all on the same rhythm. And this is the most important about when we deal with light of the moon and the moon phases, is staying in rhythm. So I'm going to give you the forecast, the reading of today, and see how it connects to what's going on around the planet, around the country, but around the planet at this time. Ashe.
Ashe, give thanks.
Yeah. So just like there are, we think that there are 12 months, but there are actually 13 moons, because every moon cycle is actually 13 moons in a year, but there's actually 28 days.
Okay, we'll just hold on. That's right, listen to the love. They need this forecast.
It's actually the spectral tone. It's tone 11, and it's called the spectral tone. Spectral tones, 3 words are dissolve, release, and liberation.
Say that again.
11
dissolve, release.
Dissolve, release, and guess what? Liberation.
Liberation. Give thanks.
Liberation. Okay. So tone 11, the spectral tone, represents the dynamic dissonance, accounting for randomness and non-stability. Tone 11 represents the power of creative dissolution and dissonant structure. So what can appear as structure, destruction, or chaos may actually be the necessary forces of liberation. I should read that again. What can appear as destruction or chaos may actually be the necessary forces of liberation, evoking a release from rigid structure and format.
That's
so
what we're going
again,
to do right now, Queen Esther. It is right on point. This destruction is actually going to lead us, it's pushing us to our next level up, if you allow. We're going to our liberation. Give thanks.
Can we see that? This is exactly what so as we release that which no longer serves, we make way for new opportunities and understandings to emerge. So in the process of us releasing, we're making way for new opportunities and understandings to emerge, okay? Coming right down, allow your focus to cover a vast range. Dissolve feelings of constrictions, welcome spontaneity, seeming disruptions, and unexpected detours. Release limitations to your limitations and reliance upon format or fixation upon control. Undo, break down, mix it up, allow us to travel as it needs. Let the energy flow. So what this is saying in actuality, a lot of things are happening, Queen Afua. A lot of things are happening around the globe. And there's a new boss in town, and it's called the Most High. It's called Mother Nature, okay?
All right.
Come on now.
Okay.
So let's get in alignment with the divine align. What it used to be, what we thought it was, that's no longer working, obviously. And it's like an eruption is happening. So whether we like it or not, it's happening. You know, it's like when you see a volcano brewing and brewing and brewing, and at one point the volcano just spurts over.
Absolutely.
When it reaches that climax. So that's kind of where we are right now. Spectral energy. So through this change, stay focused, stay centered on the Most High, but let us begin to shift the way we used to work, the jobs we used to have. How can we create new jobs? How can we create our divine purpose? How can we use our gifts and talents to make our income? We have to connect with our families. We may have had disagreements. We may have had not connecting. Let us strive to connect with each other as men and women on the planet. We are all on this planet together. It will behoove all of us to get along in harmony. We all want to have a good weekend, Queen. We all want the same things in life. We want peace. We want love. We want beauty. We want our families. We all want the same things. So let us keep that in mind as we strive to work in universal harmony along with Mother Nature, who is controlling the master energies. Ashe.
Ashe. Well, you know, that harmony, that's the key. It's the unity. The more unified we are, thank you, Queen Esther, the more unified we are, the stronger we are, the healthier we are. And when I would think about what happened to us as a people, divide and conquer. Your religion, my religion, your way, my way. It's all of that disunity. It's that Africa. It's one Africa. It's really one world. And the more that we can harmonize, the healthier we're going to be. The more that we divide, the fires will continue. The viruses will continue to spread. The STDs, the diabetes, the high blood pressure, everybody's stressed out, everybody's fearful because of disunity. When we heal ourselves, we become unified from within first. And I always say the power to heal is from within. And we have the mighty power to heal ourselves. You know, we're here right now.
And the healing is starting now. Everybody's ready for the healing. Queen, I want everyone to know when I speak about the GPS and about the moon, there's so much information to gather. But people can check for me, can tap into this information. I do have classes for understanding phases of the moon. The moon has 8 phases. How do we fit in? You know, there's the planter's almanac. The farmers plan according to the phases of the moon to ride with the energy of nature. As women, we have menstrual cycles. How do we connect with the moon to benefit and strengthen ourselves? Look for me on themoonCall.com. I go into further information about the moon phases and about ourselves. I also have GPS readings for your personal navigation, where you are and how you fit into the bigger picture. So do go to themoonCall.com and you will be able to get your personal GPS readings. So much healing is going on right now. We're ready to heal right now, Queen. The people are ready to heal. You've been doing the work for over 40 years, health and nutrition, but now the whole world is coming holistic, Queen. In order to thrive, everyone is striving to get healthy, eat better, exercise, be in tune, and we are ready to assist and support and strengthen everyone who's ready to come into harmony. Give thanks.
Give thanks. Thank you so much, Queen Esther. That was a powerful reading, and it's telling us exactly what we're going through right now. That's what the forecast is all about. Weekly, you'll be coming in and giving us an update. This is really it. From the crisis and the turmoil and the chaos, we'll come into liberation. We'll come into justice. This one won't be the way. You know, oftentimes we feel those so despondent. It's like somebody just got shot and murdered in broad daylight, and the person and the one who killed them, they get away. It's okay, a slap on the wrist. This is no slap on the wrist. This is going to hold. This is what is necessary to stop the madness, to stop the woundedness that is coming. So I want to say that we're about to do something that's supernatural. We are coming forth to an Atlanta joy. I'm ready to get ready for that. It says, join the Heal Thyself Rally, Unite. Call on holistic freedom fighters, wellness warriors, activated spiritual leaders, and political conscious beings. We're all going to be coming together and healing our community in Atlanta, Georgia on the 23rd of July at the Black House. So we're calling everybody to come online. And for those who can at that point, get on the bus, get on the plane, get on the train, and be there. We have solutions to our issues, and we want to build and overcome. So I just want to say to both of us, being able to pull that together is at a time such as this, you know, that we need the healing more now than ever. Also, we're going to get, right after we close out, we're going to get a special message from Agape, Spiritual Center, Reverend Michael Beckwith. We just get thanks. We've been waiting for 2 weeks for him to show up for us. He's been there. But we had to get our technology together. So and we need the prayers. Follow him. How do we follow Kazi?
They'll go to the Black Girls Rock main page.
But go to Black Girls Rock main page. And you'll be able on Instagram, and you'll be able to hear from our beloved Reverend Michael Beckwith. I'm excited about it because he's talking about how to spiritually build up your immune system. All this trauma, all this drama, all this fear, all this violence, we need that support. So we give thanks. And he's eclectic. So people come from all spiritual walks of life, and they come and hear his word and be uplifted. Well, you know, this is all about the women right now coming forward and sitting on our seat of power and bringing forth that medicine woman, right, Queen Esther?
What time it is?
That's what time it is. And nobody said it. Shah Khan said it. Whitney Houston said it. I'm about to call libation for Mother Whitney Houston.
Give thanks.
Because she's an ancestor, that we love her.
Thank you.
We will always love her. For the music that she brought to us, healed us, charged us, and fortified us. So my beloved Whitney, we all, the global village, we call libation in your honor.
Give thanks.
That you will always be with us. And when you sing, we sing.
Peace and richest blessings to you. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the founder of Agape International Spiritual Center. And what a joy it is to be with Queen Afua and Black Girls Rock. I have an opportunity to speak today about lifting our immune system, particularly during these particular times of unprecedented lockdown of people all over the world, healthy people, people that are a little sick, being locked down at this particular time, that generates a high level of fear and anxiety and anxiousness that depletes the immune system. So when we talk about lifting or stabilizing the immune system, first of all, I've been teaching for years that spiritual community builds immunity. And when you think about Queen Afua and her community, you think about the Agape community, you think about individuals that are in community, you think about people who are growth-centric, individuals who are coming together to grow, develop, and unfold to their greatest yet to be, constantly activating their potential, going deep within themselves to discover territory and new frontiers of infinite possibility. And so if you want to build your immune system, you want to see who you're hanging with, virtually or in person. Are they growth-centric? Are they available to embracing the next great vision and version of themselves? If they are, then you're in a community that's going to help you build immunity. You see, during this particular time, we're bombarded with the lowest common denominator of the human experience. You turn on the news, you see virus, 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 virus. You see death rates. You see a constant shift and changing of narratives around the virus, depending on who's talking. This creates a level of anxiety, a level of worry, doubt, and fear. And so one must become aware that we are sovereign beings, and we must begin to have dominion over our own attention, so that we're not being pulled by the world, not being pulled by the news, not being pulled by external authority figures, but we're beginning to capture the deep well of wisdom, transformational knowledge, creative intelligence that lies within us all. So when we consider that, then we must consider some level of spiritual practice. Now, where does spiritual practice lead us to? I'll come back to spiritual practice. It leads us to an abiding and trust and love of ourselves. When I think about individuals on the planet, I think about black women. I think about, it's apropos to say black girls rock because of the intrinsic wisdom and knowledge and compassion and sacred qualities that lie within black folk, black women. When there is a deep and abiding trust in ourselves, a self-love and appreciation, which is the beginning of spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment, beginning of our transformation, by the way. When that begins to occur, there's a level of elimination of obstacles and hindrances that we project onto the world. And so spiritual practices of affirmative prayer and meditation and visioning and all manner of spiritual technology where we are taking dominion over our attention, it leads to a self-love and appreciation. What I want you to do is to begin to fall in love with what the source has created. Fall in love with what the presence, which is never an absence, has created. You are a distinct, unique expression of infinite potential. There never, ever will be another you. You are here to represent the entire presence in a way that only you can. And so you want to begin to sometimes stop and place your arms around yourself and just fall in love with this presence that's within you, that is your very life and being. When you fall in love this way, you begin to create a cascade of tonic chemicals. That love chemical is called oxytocin. It stabilizes and expands the immune system, you see. And so, to expand the immune system, love is a key. Self-love and appreciation. It's the beginning of our spiritual growth. Why? When we love ourselves, we don't project obstacles and hindrances onto the world. We begin to see a clearer path for ourselves. Think about someone that you love. It's difficult to love and worry at the same time. Think about this vast presence, the divine mother, the divine presence that's everywhere, and how much you love the presence. Cascade of oxytocin is released. The immune system is fortified. So you love yourself, what God has created. You love someone, friend, family, associate. You love the presence itself. Immune system is expanded. Now, I alluded to spiritual practice. You want to begin. I know many of you already are deeply ensconced in living in the context of growth, development, and unfoldment, and are doing powerful spiritual technologies. But for you who are just beginning, you want to begin your day with a deep sense of gratitude and thanksgiving and appreciation for life itself. Gratitude clears the perceptual window so that you can see more clearly. You want to then yield and surrender to life on its own terms, because life is alive and it's for you and never against you. You want to make yourself available for the strength to complete every assignment that comes up for you every single day. Now, if you wake up like that, and then you begin to add meditation, life visioning, prayer in your spiritual practice, the anxiety and anxiousness of projecting a worst-case scenario onto the future will be dissolved. You realize that so many people live in the feeling tone or the emotional tone of a worst-case scenario. Their mind is constantly running rampant with what could go wrong. Not you, not here, not now. You're going to begin to reclaim your awareness, and you're going to begin to cultivate an awareness of great possibility for yourself. You're going to cultivate an awareness of great opportunities for yourself. Now, how can I say that? We live in a field of infinite opportunity, infinite possibility. Science tells us this, you see. But we have to participate in it with our heart and with our mind, you see. And so if you begin to wake up and say to yourself, in substance, I'm surrounded by a field of infinite potential, and my mind is re-enchanted with great possibility. I'm deeply in love with this presence within me. You'll start to activate the potential that's around you. This has nothing to do with circumstances and situations that we're all facing. They're there. But you don't have to react to the circumstance. You can respond from this deep inner love, this deep inner connection, this deep inner awareness of infinite potential. And then a way will be made out of no way, out of nothing. Everything comes from no thing but an idea. So let's go over this. We're activating our immune system. Immune system is stabilized when we're not being jerked around by the world of effects and circumstances. When the news, which you should look at from time to time to see what's happening, but not make it your reality, carries the lowest common denominator of human experience. When you begin to open yourself up to the great field of infinite possibility, you know what happens? It's called inspiration. From the mind of the infinite, that's the thought of God itself, flows through you. Not the thought of man, not the thought of a newscaster, not the thought of a politician, not the thought of some kind of external authority figure. You are a sovereign being. And if you want to stay healthy, you have to have healthy ideas. Inspiration flows directly from the mind of the infinite. So you have to ask yourself, what am I consuming? What am I eating? What am I taking in? Physically, are you providing yourself with good nutrition, good hydration, good supplementation, good exercise of the body temple? Mentally, Are you regularly saying to yourself, I am available to more good than I could possibly imagine. Everything is working together for my good. I stand strong in the awareness that life is for me and there's nothing against me. Spiritually, are you coming into coherence with the divine through the sacred art and science of meditation, affirmative prayer, life visioning? Physically, mentally, spiritually, become engaged. And then watch as you become impervious to the thought forms that are seeking to debilitate you in the realm of fear and worry. Remember, where there is love, there's no fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. Fall in love with who you are, what you are, whose you are. Think about someone that you love, this side of the veil or the other. Fall in love with this great presence. Cascade of tonic chemicals would flood your body. You would be healthy. Immune system would be stabilized. Black Girls Rock. Queen Afua, thank you for the invitation. Bless you all.
Thank you to all my subscribers. We are giving away a free 7-day detox kit when we reach our milestone goal of 50,000 subscribers to this channel. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel. Like and comment on this video, and we will choose the winner from the comments section. Thank you for growing with us. Ashe.